Okay, hello. Okay, this is my final video for the new studio. I'm making this for my Indiegogo fundraiser to send to all the people that sent money to help, and also many people shared my posts trying to raise money and everything, and I really appreciate all that. So I thought I'd do this final video. So how about I'll flip the camera, let's do a little tour so that we can get all dizzy. Ooh, look at all the guitars there. Yeah, looking at this big space now. Anyway, I'm going to flip it around and we can have a better look. Can have a better look and a proper tour. Okay, so where will I start? How about, well, we're at this is the new section. Here's the old section. Oh, let's start with the most important part. That's the dehumidifier. You see how it's blinking like that? That means the compressor is kind of resting because the humidity level is at the right place. That will change shortly because it's quite humid out. Anyway, so this is all the old space. I've still got my Coras up on the desk there. I haven't quite tidied everything, but I'm getting pretty close, you know. I've got my katana and bokto and whatnot back to where it was right down here. I got this beautiful kimono my mom gave me. So this is all the old space and the incredible quilt that my great aunt made back in the 18... Geez, I don't know, I think she... Oh, hang on a sec. I got something on my foot. Right, okay, yeah. Well, there's bits and pieces of stuff lying around. I'm barefoot all the time. So I've been stepping on things lately. I should just turn this light off. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so my great aunt made this incredible quilt. It's just a stunning piece of imagination. I think it was 1860 when she started it, built it over time, made it over time. And the great story, here, I'm gonna flip it. Right, so the great story about this quilt is my grandmother, let's see what my mom told me. My grandmother was dancing, oh, my hair's a mess, eh? Ugh, oh, well, whatever, I have to live with it. My grandmother was dancing in the parlor where they used to live in Southern Ontario. The parlor was, you know, people don't call it that anymore, kind of like living room or something. And my great aunt, her aunt, came up to her and said, "Frances, you should never," and she was dancing and singing just on her own. She was youngish, probably 14 or so, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, in that range. And maybe it was Aunt Florence. Jeez, I can't remember which one. My mom would know. Anyway, said, "Frances, you should never sing or dance." It's like, oh, okay. You can imagine her, right? So then, damn, I did it again. I did a long talk, like 10 minutes, and I thought the camera was running, but it wasn't. So I think this is where I left off. So here's the quilt. Let's go back to here. So the same woman that said, "Frances, you should never sing or dance," made this incredible quilt. I mean, look at it. It's just like one song and dance in stitch form all over the place. And it's completely improvisational, right? There's nothing symmetrical in it. It's one idea bouncing from another. And she started in 1860, and I don't know, probably made it over many, many years, I would say. My mom passed it on to me, which was amazing. So I have this nice room to keep it in so I can keep it dry. But it's mostly flowers, which I think was a thing of the time. I'm sure floral decoration was pretty common. But then these other things come out. Oh, there's a heart. There's a heart there. And there's another heart. Where's the other heart? Oh, there's another heart right there. And look up here. There's a donkey or a horse or something. Where is that? Oh yeah, right up there. It's upside down because that's where it's hanging, but I'm sure that wasn't necessarily the intention. And then there's some just basic graphic kind of stripes and things, big rainbows of things. There's where else we got here? Oh, there's a knife and fork and spoon right there. Yeah, and just look at it. It's just amazing. Oh, there's another heart right there. Lots of hearts, eh? Oh, and there's someone in the field, probably working there or gardening. Maybe it was my aunt gardening. There's a moth somewhere or a butterfly. Oh, right here. There's a moth or butterfly right there. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's just so it's just unbelievable that this came out of the same woman. I mean, the layers of that you could ponder that and discuss it. Just go on and on. Stunning. Anyway, what an amazing thing. Anyway, so not sure if what I said about this at this stage, but this is the old room. I've got my iaito and katana and bakuto and stuff down there. This kimono my mom gave me. This is kind of the same as it was, just a little bit less things because I have more space. And because of the dehumidifier, I have, this time of year I put a lot of clothes up in here. Just to try and keep them from, rotting. And then I got just a pile of boxes and bins and all kinds of things over here. In here, I still have to organize this better, but this is where I'm going to keep all kinds of glues and shellacs and all, that sort of thing. And then the new space is here. So yeah, so I've got the lights going. I'll just tone that down a bit. There we go. Yeah, isn't that something, eh? I've got 5 lights. It's all LED, so it's a total of 50 watts only, all those lights. And I've got, as you can see, I've got one warm color light in the middle. I prefer the warm color just in general. So quite often when I'm working here, just puttering around, I'll put that one light on. And then over here, I've got another warm light right there. Yeah. Anyway, but when I need the bright light, I can put this on. So anyway, so yeah, so what I bought with the funds raised, besides the dehumidifier, is plywood, the cross beams to structure it with. So I got a plywood table, it's about 8 feet long, and below I've got a shelf where I can put tools and things down there. I moved this shelf from the other room, so I put all my books and things there. Right in this corner, it's where I've got all my guitar making molds and things. So when I don't need them, I'm just going to tuck them away in that corner. Like you can see my Solera right here and all that stuff. And so this is the shelf unit I built. The main purpose, you can see it down here, I have hardly anything down there. I'm sure that will fill up in time, especially as I get more materials. But the main thing was I wanted to have something where I could hang my guitars, and other instruments. See, I've got an eagle here. I still have to, I've had it for a while, but I have to fix some things. And there's a shamisen here that I need to work on the neck some more, as well as put skin on the body. But it's pretty close to being done, and also rework the pegs. One thing with this shamisen, if you can see it, is the bottom pegs, which is the high string and low string, the way I do them, is really at a sharp angle. I've never done it at a sharp angle like that before. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, I've got my guitars hanging here, just on this webbing. It's very soft. So these two are the 2 that I made. The one back here is a factory-made instrument, but these are the 2 that I made. Beautiful. Spruce, Red Mountain Cedar. This one here is for sale. If anyone wants to buy it. Yeah. So anyway, I've put some fabric there, more or less for just because it looks cool, but also if something slips, the guitar will just land on something soft. And I've got a shelf down here with nothing much happening. On these other shelves, gradually things will, I'll pile them and organize it as it comes, What else? Oh, here's my other shelf that I had before. And this has plastic all around it. And I was thinking of tearing the plastic off, but I decided, no, I'm going to keep the plastic in there because you never know when a power outage might come. That in spite of my machine, that can always happen here. And I've got a couple of these desiccant things, and I'll get some more just as a backup. So I can always throw instruments and things in here, But at the moment, I've just organizing. I've got my bone flutes and like bone percussion things. I got my Irish flute right here, some tin whistles. Oh, this is interesting actually. I had a bit of Maidang. The shamisen here, that's made from Maidang. It's a very, very dense hardwood in this part of the world. So I had a bit of pieces left after that shamisen, so I did it, I cut it. Let's put this up here. I cut it into, they were narrow pieces, so I had to make 4 slices, eh? So this, and then I put very, very thin, like 0.6 millimeter maple in between. So that's what we've got there. We've got a 4-stripe guitar there. So I'm going to make that into something at some point. I still have to get necks and tops and all those sorts of things. And this is the bracing in the back I've done so far. Still will need to refine that, and then I also had enough left over to make some sides. And I've bent them, but that will I'll have to rework them for sure. You know, because this is too wide. Anyway, the weird thing, this My Dang is so springy. I can't believe it. You know. Anyway, we'll see how that works. It's an experiment, you know. But experiments are all good. Anyway, yeah, so we got the My Dang guitar there. At some point, I will sell the one guitar I have for sale, and then buy new supplies and get going on some more instruments, you know. Really eager to be doing that. But for now, I'm going to work on the aiguille and the shamisen. And you can see down here, I've got some parts for a new shamisen, another My Dang shamisen. The body is glued together, but the neck pieces still have a lot of work to do. Anyway, so in spite of all that, I've got lots of space. Still, I got lots of shelf space. It's just what a luxury! I can't tell you what a luxury it is. It's amazing. Oh, up here, I'm hanging. I have put a piece of bamboo across there, so I'm just hanging like cloths and my passin tube skirts, Thai-style tube skirts, some silk. I've got this great Japanese paper I use for the shamisens, etc., etc. Anyway, it's kind of a nice place to store them, and also it looks good. Oh, right here, look at the ceiling, eh? Can you see the leaves in there? Boy, oh boy, there was a mouse, or kind of a rat. Anyway, here it's the same thing. A big mouse or small rat had a pile of leaves in there making a nest. So I cut it open. I didn't cut the rat open. I cut the plastic open and brought the leaves down. There was no babies or anything. Anyway, I couldn't catch the mouse, but I'm gonna have to go after that, right? Have to go after the mice. Well, you know, you don't want to have mice in your place when you live in the land of cobras. Because where rats go, cobras will follow. And other snakes, let's be fair. There's a lot of other poisonous or venomous snakes here. Yeah, so now what? I guess that's about it. That's it for the tour. Yeah, so a bit of organizing to do, this and that, and then everything's done. I mean, to be fair, this is about as clean as my place ever gets, so this is probably what it'll be more or less like all the time and then I'll have days when I clean up, you know. But having the extra shelf space and just physical space is just fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just really great. Let's look background in the guitars. It's nice, eh? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do another video. What is it? July? Probably in August. I'll do another video about the guitars. I've been keeping the price at a certain level while I get my studio up and going, you know, kind of reworking to focus on guitars more. But at some point I'm going to raise it up to more still be less than what is standard across the board for this type of instrument, but it will be significantly higher, you know. But I'm going to include a case, is my thinking. Anyway, that's another video. It's another time, another thought. Okay, so there you go. It's the new studio. Hope everyone's doing great, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, have a great summer, everyone. Bye. Ciao. Oh shoot, I completely forgot to add something. The other thing that I bought with that, the funds raised were these pieces of plywood. This part of the floor had tons and tons of holes and had tons of insect damage, you know. And I had to move all these power tools out to the center of the room, so part of the goal of this expansion was also working here. So now we're outside of the dehumidified zone. But yeah, here, like I'm just walking in the middle of it. Before, you can never do that. You go right through the floor. There are like sections that I knew that you could walk in, but nope, not gonna be a good idea. Anyway, so now that's all set up. That's all good. It's gonna be great. And this is the back of the house. You should have a look at this. this just goes up and up and up and up. There we go. Yeah, so this is what I look out to in the back. And the front's kind of the same except there's a river. This is uphill, the other way's downhill. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ciao.